Welcome back, everyone. It's your host, Rubel Zaman. So I stumbled upon another interesting video. We have another woman who named this video, or her video, called Cancel Kevin Samuels. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm going to listen to what she has to say, and as usual, I'm going to break it down thoroughly to anything that I find nonsense from what she says.
A lot of us have been through a lot, and we do not need to hear any of his negativity.
You say a lot of you modern women been through a lot. No, the only reason why you've been through a lot, I'll tell you why, is because of the bad decisions that you made a choice of doing. Understand that? I'm going to say that again. You made the conscious decision to make certain things happen in your life. So let me give you an example. You made that conscious decision to let these low value men or whoever run up in your guts constantly, back and forth, from high school all the way to universities, all the way to your adult life. You made the conscious decision. No one forced you. Right, so when you've been through a lot, it's because of your own choices. No one told you that you have to go through this. No one forced you to do anything. You made that out of your own free will, and now you're not taking accountability for it. So what you decide to do is put the blame on men as usual. So now you're trying to put the blame on Kevin Samuels because he's letting you know all the faults that you decided to do. Because again, you're coming with all of these faults and expecting to have the best or top level of men, when in reality that's unrealistic.
He makes women feel less than, especially women who have children and women who are over 20 years old.
You have caused a massive abruption in your life for the fact that you decided to get run up by any man, have a child, not understanding that you already created a dysfunctional dynamic for that child specifically. So he's letting you know that, look, if you're in that predicament, you need to understand the best option for you, if the father of that child is not abusive or there's no domestic violence involved in the situation, the best option for you is to partner up with him, get married, settle down, and stop complaining, stop trying to expect that you can have 100k man, 6-figure man, 7-figure man, all of this, because that is not happening in your reality. It's very unrealistic to think of. The realistic option is to go with the man that you had the child with. That is what he's letting you know. But you need to understand, you having a child already is putting you in a massive disadvantage in the market. Because when a top level man, or any man in general that is single, is seeking out a partner for marriage, he's not going to look for the one that has been used. Now, he's going to have to be a stepping father for a child that's not going to give two monkeys about him. He's not going to have full control over that child. You're not going to allow that man to discipline that child however he sees fit. You're not, but you allow the actual father of that child to do so, because that is actually bloodline. So understand, that's already going to create another hassle for the man. So the problem here is you women that already have children are not understanding that you can't come into the game anymore with high expectations because you're used vehicles.
Your value is not lessened because he tells you it is. Do not listen to anything that he has to say. Kevin Samuels is very verbally abusive to women. And I'm saying this because of the way that he speaks about women. He tells women that they don't have a choice in whether they should have sex or not with a man because they have had children. He rates women disrespectfully.
He does not rate women disrespectfully. What he does, he asks the woman, what would you rate yourself out of a scale of 10? But you can't use number 7. But if the woman is trying to make herself a 10, he's going to let her know that, look, you're not a 10, because if you're a 10, you would not be having problems in your reality, because 10s would automatically and naturally get snatched up by a lot of high-level men, or have a lot of attention from certain type of men because they are a 10. The more attractive you are as a woman, the more likely you're going to be approached by certain type of men. That determines the type of man that you're really going to be qualifying for in general. If you was a 10, you would not be in this predicament in the first place. So that already identifies to us all that you're not clearly a 10. So humble yourself and get to the reality of your situation, which is you're definitely not a 10. So find someone that is on your level or around that and settle down. Stop trying to push for something that is not going to work in your life.
Everything that he talks about is his own opinion. On top of that, he has people who are following him that are like-minded and agree with everything that he says. Just because someone has an opinion, that does not mean it's a fact. I feel like it is time to cancel Kevin Samuel.
I'll tell you this now, Kevin Samuel only comes in with facts. He's a very hardcore statistic man. He doesn't come in with utter nonsense. He always has backing to what he says. Do you not listen to these conversations properly? I don't think you do, and this is a problem. You need to really listen to what he is saying and listen to the women, what they are saying. Because what they are saying is utter nonsense. They should already know what they're saying from their mouth is problematic, is masculine energy, or either is too unrealistic, or they're selfish, or they come with problematic characteristic traits that no man wants. And especially these women that are constantly coming into his conversation thinking that they're tens and they want to be having six-figure men. They don't want those women. This is just facts. They're not traditional, they're modern. They have nothing valuable to bring to men in general nowadays. So Kevin Samuel was breaking it down thoroughly to them, and to be fair, he's breaking it down in the most simple format ever, but yet women are not understanding this and they're getting offended by it. But the reality is, what he is saying is truthful, but you women can't accept that, and you're making it a much more bigger problem for yourself. The sooner you start digesting what he is saying and acting upon it, the better your situation will become. But you have to understand, if you're already in a certain predicament that is already mashed up, you can't have it all anymore. It's a game over for you. So try to find the best solution for your predicament. So if you're a baby mom, get with the father. Again, I emphasize, if he's not abusing you, nothing like that, then get with him, because that would be the best option, especially for the child. Don't bring that child in a dysfunctional system, because that is going to be causing another error in society. We're going to have other problems. Your child's going to be up in the newspaper and that, stabbing people up because of the dysfunction from the very get-go. You don't bring a child into this world, right, if you're not prepared for what needs to be done. Children are not a joke. You need to take this seriously. If you're going to bring a child into the earth, be prepared. You're going to be a parent now, so there's responsibilities. Everything needs to be taken accounted for, every single action you do. You can't be taking it like it's a joke thing. You're not in school anymore. It's a serious business. Because whatever you do, that's going to determine how the child ends up being in society. It's either going to become a valuable property to society, or it's either going to be a nuisance to society. That is it.
We all need to stop listening to him. Stop giving him our energy. He does not deserve it. The only thing that we can control is ourselves. Everyone has a right to their opinion. And we have to understand that everything that Kevin says is his opinion. And everyone who agrees with him are only like-minded. And they agree with him as well. But we do not have to agree with him. We have to stand strong and just block him. I have already taken a step.
The reason why you want to block him is because you want this delusion to continue. The problem is, this delusion is not taking you anywhere. I 100% guarantee in your life, in your reality, you're not in a successful dynamic yourself. It's problematic. Stop trying to drag other people into the same hole that you dug for yourself, because that's not going to be solving the situation. Kevin Samuel is doing a fantastic job. What he is doing is trying to bring forth people to the light to understand we need to get back into that traditional dynamics where this is the responsibility of a man and this is the responsibility of a woman. Nowadays, you women can't even cook, clean, do nothing. All you can do is just chat. All you can do is chat. Chat and give sloppy. That is it. That is literally all you women can do these days. That's irrelevant to what us men want. You can't cook, you can't clean, you can't do the fundamental things that a man wants in the household. He does not want you to be out here shaking your bum here for next man. He does not want you to be out here giving sloppy, getting run up in the guts, daggered, the whole universe is up on you. He doesn't want none of that. All he wants is you to be traditional, get into the dynamics that is appropriate for the situation. Start holding the house, start learning to do the things that is considered boring for you right now. Those are the things that is going to make you have a successful dynamic. But if you don't focus on them, you're going to be a problematic issue. That is what Kevin Samuel are trying to get people back to, especially these women, because they're lost and they complain why no man wants them. No man wants you or these women. It's because none of them have any traditional values. 60, 70, 80 years ago, those women came with traditional values. Those women just got straight into the man's page, and that's why the dynamics were successful. But nowadays, modern day women are useless into the situation. That's why men are coming to understand that, look, there's no point in me investing in these women because they're not going to bring any great benefit to the situation. Rather, they're going to give me a headache, mental breakdown, and it's going to be the death of me. So understand. Get onto the man's page, start being submissive, start listening, stop being a nuisance, stop chatting all of this extra stuff that's not needed, and then you have a successful dynamic. But until you do that, your PhD, all of these extra stuff that you want to bring into the system is irrelevant. No man cares. The only man that are going to care are these beta males that aren't having any luck. But if you want a real alpha male, you are not going to have any chance with that type of characteristic trait. Reason why? Because that man does not want that. He don't want masculine energy. All he wants is feminine energy. And until you have that, you're irrelevant.
I will no longer be watching his videos, and I will no longer be commenting on his videos, because I'm so tired of responding to his videos and then all of his followers start bullying me. So I will no longer give it any energy. I choose to be happy, and I choose to ignore things that are outside of my control.
If that was really the case, then you wouldn't be out here on the internet making a video about Kevin Samuel, trying to belittle him or try to belittle his work and what he's trying to do. You wouldn't be doing that. All you're doing is trying to get negative attention, because you already know, you should already know, that if you're going to be out here trying to be targeting a man who's very likable in the community right now, very popular man, you're going to obviously be targeted. It's called common sense. This is a huge problem. Where did this all go wrong? Where did you think that I could just make this video called Cancel Kevin Samuels and not expect people that respect Kevin Samuels and like his work and support him and his supporters not to retaliate against your nonsense? You should have thought about this before releasing this useless video, shouldn't you? But this is where the problem is. Common sense is not there. No one's taught you this. Common sense is a very important factor in life, and if you don't have it, you go completely wrong. How about getting onto the page and start understanding what the men want? Because it's very simple, but you women don't want to do that. You want to overcomplicate the situation and just make it worse for yourself. At the end of the day, us men are not going to be affected by you women wanting to get your pum-pum run out by a bag of man and have a useless solo life. It doesn't matter to us because we decide and initiate. The time is on our side, it's not on your side. You don't understand, you're on a clock from a certain age. From 18 to 27, you should have already been married. You should have been already focusing on the fundamental things, but you don't. Time is on men's side, it's not on your side. As men age, we're only succeeding more. As women age, you're not succeeding more. Your value is decreasing.
He can no longer trigger me with his words. Even though I don't agree with everything that he says, I know that they are only opinions. And I know that it doesn't have to affect me negatively. I am not going through any of the things that these women are going through, but I empathize with them. And that's the difference. I have empathy, and he doesn't. He does not show an ounce of empathy for the women that he is trying to help. And that's why I do not respect him. And I no longer will give him the power to affect me.
Clearly he's affected you. If you didn't want him to have any power over you, then don't watch his content. It's as simple as that. Again, common sense. Yet you decided to go all the lengths to make this useless video. So you giving Kevin Samuels the power. He really affected your heart properly. He's got into all of you modern women. He's affected all of you. He's getting all of you upset. And that's fantastic. Because you need to reflect on your life decisions. And you need to understand that your choices that you made are the reason why you're in this pickle where you are now. The reason why you're solo. The reason why you're going to die alone. The reason why nothing's going to happen to you in life. Because you're not doing what those other traditional women are doing and have done. You're not like them because you're modern. You think you can become like men. You've been playing these silly games on the men for years now. And now men are slowly starting to wake up from the situation and say, you know what? I'm not dealing with this nonsense anymore. If she's not 100% with me, bye. Simple. We're not tolerating this nonsense anymore. And now you're starting to wake up and understand that men are not going to be dealing with your nuisance anymore, and now you're getting worried because you can't have your fun anymore. You can't be doing the same maneuvers that you were doing in the past. It's game over for you. So that's why you're threatened by Kevin Samuels, because he's letting all of you modern women know you're all in a messed up pickle because of your masculine energy, and until that's eradicated completely, you're having no success.
But I am not going to stand back and allow myself to listen to this man tell these women that they don't deserve what they want. Ladies, you can have any man you want to have.
No, you can't. And you know where you just flopped real bad there is because if these ladies could have any man they want, why would they be on live conversations with Kevin Samuels asking him, how can I get myself a 6-figure man? How can I get myself a 7-figure man? How can I get myself this type of man? You can't have what you want. What you want is what you want, but it's not something that wants you. So he breaks it down very simply, but yet you can't comprehend that, and you still think you can maneuver in life with your attitude, thinking that your prestige, thinking that you can have that. That man is taking all of the traditional woman and he's happy. They're getting on board with what's most important to a man, not bringing any irrelevant energy, because I'm telling you that irrelevant energy will be cut off immediately. We don't tolerate that nonsense. So if you want a certain type of man, understand your masculine energy, khalas. Any BS energy you bring is khalas. We don't play around. These top level men ain't gonna play around. No high value man is gonna play around. You either come correct or you don't. You come correct, good. If you don't come correct, bye. It's that simple. So you can't have any man that you want.
He does not speak for all men. Not all men think like him. He can only speak for his circle of friends. And if you want good, sound advice, you should talk to somebody who is not going to bash you. Stop going on this man's platform and allowing him and his followers to put you down. Because when I read the comments, nothing in those comments are positive. He's telling you that you are beneath the men that you want.
That's because the qualities that you have doesn't reside with the man that you want. You're not thinking realistically. None of you women come and ask, how can I get myself a man that's just on my level, someone that I can just start a family with? There's none of this 6-figure, none of this. Because all of you really exclude any man that's earning less than 100,000, not understanding that majority don't even earn 100,000. So you're competing against every single woman that's coming with this nonsense. I want a 6-figure man. So don't you understand that 6-figure man clearly has options? Because all of you are fighting for that one man or those little percentage of men. So they're just going to run up in all of your guts and toss you away because they can. You're going to be side chicks to them. Because they can make you that. Because you want them. They don't need you. What would be the best fit for your predicament? Stop thinking. And plus, I'm telling you now, stop trying to downgrade the men that are in the 70k, 80k, whatever the case be. If they're not earning 100k, stop downgrading them. Because those men are good for you. Those opportunities that you had in your younger years, you excluded all of them because they weren't hitting 100k. And you thought that you could just be playing games and having fun, wasting all of this time. Time is not your friend. Time is your enemy, ladies. Time don't care about you. Time has given you the chance in your early years to get on board to a man. Be submissive, get onto his program. But in those early years, if you fail with time, then time gets angry with you. So what ends up happening is now time is angry with you. Now you're in your time years where you're not in your best position. You're not in your potential anymore. You're not in the marketplace where men are really seeking you like that. Because every year you're aging, your value is decreasing. No matter what you think, men don't look at you the same way as they would when you were younger. Again, it's common sense. But you made time angry, and now time has led you to this conclusion where you're alone, with your cats and dogs, because that's where you're going to be heading. Now, I'm telling you, ladies, a man really brings your level up. But you don't understand this. You're in a small world. But keep following the footsteps of these type of ladies with this mindset, because this is only going to be taking you to the path of with being with cats and dogs and dying alone. No man there. No man. Do you understand that? No man is going to be there at the end. Because you never went onto a man's program in the get-go. Instead, you wasted time having fun. That fun led to consequences that no one told you about, but you didn't have the common sense, but yet you have these PhDs and degrees and these useless things that don't matter to a man. You want to do things like a man. All of this has led you to the conclusion of a sad life. You're not valuable to society. In society, no one cares about your PhDs and these things. When it comes to the bigger picture, we care about where's your family? Where's your man? This is highlighted to the woman. So keep maneuvering like this, but understand there's consequences. But cancelling Kevin Samuels, cancel Kevin Samuels, cancel me, cancel everyone else that you don't like in your dreams. But the fact is, we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep promoting this. And men are going to keep waking up from the nuisance that you women have been bringing into the situation. All of the nonsense that you have. And we're going to eradicate.